Just call 1-800-WARNOCK for your free copy. And soon you'll be saying, at Warnock Chevrolet Geo, there really is a difference.
Be sure to watch the November edition of Info in Your Town, where we'll go skating away at Roselle Park. Don't miss the artist Karen Bokert's visit to Kent Place School in Summit or the Walk Toward a Shelter in Maplewood. Plus, we'll go on a Walktoberfest for the American Diabetes Association. That's all on the newest edition of Info in Your Town, and only on Comcast Cablevision of New Jersey's TV3.
(26-6) the final score. With a perfect 8-0 mark, the Johnson Crusaders have qualified for the state football playoffs in North Jersey Section 2, Group 2. And a few days we'll find out exactly where they're headed and who they'll play. But for the most important part right now, Dan Ludek, you guys are 8-0 and you are automatically in. What's that feel like?
It feels great. I've been waiting all my life for this.
Dan, first of all, I have to ask you, I know that late in the game you were icing up your shoulder. What happened? How's it feel?
I just got a little stinger. It was worse. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but I'm all right.
Looks like this Johnson team is going to give whoever you face in the playoffs a lot of trouble. You guys do everything well. Let's talk a little bit about the passing game. You've got a number of talented receivers you can go to.
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of outlets I can go to. Greg, Joey, Brian, and we're really able to spread the defense around with the running game and the passing game.
Give me a quick comment on your offensive line, because without them giving you the time, you can't hit any of those receivers. Those guys give you a lot of time to throw.
Yeah, they do. We got a great line up front. It all starts up there. I mean, we could all us D-backs and all us offensive backs, we get all the credit, you know, but it all goes to the line up front. It starts there.
Dan, thanks very much for coming by. Congratulations to you. Dan Guzovich, step on in here. Dan, I got to tell you, the only controversy that we saw today, and we started it up in the booth, the way you ran back that interception, we think you need some reps in the backfield. What do you think?
Used to be. That would be fun, but it's always going to be there because of that tape.
Tell me a little bit about the defense that this Johnson team has put together, not just today, but all year long. What a defense you guys have.
The coaches have been letting us know what every team does. They put it all together during the week. Everybody works hard, nonstop. The scout teams that run against us, the first team, everybody. We all work hard.
All right, Dan, thanks very much for coming by. Congratulations on a great performance for you. Bob, step on in here. Coach, we found the weakness for this team. You're vulnerable in the final 12.5 seconds on the last play of games. Boy, that's going to come back.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to work on that for next week. But I have to tell you, Paul, I'm awful proud of our performance this entire season. And we've been waiting to show the people in the playoffs the type of competitive athletes we have in our program this year. And I think people are going to be very pleasantly surprised to see the style of football that we play.
You know, you guys are extremely talented in all phases of the game. I want to ask you about one of your players over there, Tech Sun Kim, who had a tremendous game at nose guard today. He was in the Roselle Park backfield most of the afternoon.
Tech's just an example of the type of commitment we've got out of our players and the dedication that they've given us, you know, throughout the offseason to get stronger, to really work hard to make the plays that we didn't make last year when we got knocked out of the playoffs early. We're not getting knocked out of anything this year.
You know, well, let me just ask you about that. Last year, these guys got a little taste of the playoffs, came within 1 point of advancing. How much of a benefit is that going to be as you look forward to the playoffs starting next week?
We've been very competitive all year because of the experience that we had last year, and we're going to put that experience to good practice next week.
One final thing before the rains start to come, and they're coming anyway.
We're used to it.
It looks like almost, unless there's a major upset, you're going to be on the road, but that really doesn't bother you. You think this team is a good home, good on the road, doesn't matter. You just are in the playoffs.
We'll play in the middle of the parkway if we have to. We're ready to go.
And with that truck horn, it sounded like we were. Coach, thanks very much. Great performance today. The Johnson Crusaders have qualified for the playoffs at a perfect 8-0, and they are headed in from the rains. Anthony, I think we should do the same. Let's just quickly talk about this team. As we said as we were wrapping up, very few, if any, weaknesses. They are very strong in all phases of the football game.
Big and fast on both sides of the ball. They run the ball, they throw the ball, they play defense, and you could say this is a family gathering. The team's a lot of unity. The fans are here. Playoffs 8-0 for Johnson Regional.
Let nobody say that we're not smart enough to get out of the rain. That's what we're going to do right now. For Anthony Nesto, I'm Paul Spahala. Thank you for being with us again. Johnson is automatically in the playoffs with today's 26-6 victory over Roselle Park. Good night, everybody. Stay dry.